The President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, is still refusing to accept the presidential election results. His plan to overturn the outcome was dealt a blow with the Republicans losing the Senate. Let's talk further on this, and we're joined by our foreign desk editor, Sophie Mokoena. Okay, Sophie's not there with us. We'll talk to her later on about the U.S., what's happening in the U.S. And we'll also, in fact, be catching up with Sherwin Bryce-Pease, who will give us more of an on-the-ground update as to what's taking place there. But I'm sure you would have seen the latest, of course, that the Democrats have taken Georgia, and in fact, the senator there being the first black senator of Georgia. So a very historical moment indeed, and really kind of stamping it for the Democrats in terms of winning that election. I do believe that Sophie Mokoena is indeed on the line with us now. Sophie, all right, the latest then in terms of the U.S. At what point will the incumbent, will President Donald Trump accept that things have simply not gone his way? I mean, he was really adamant about something that would happen on the 6th of Jan, but as we see, the 6th of Jan has really just solidified the fact that he's out.
Yes, indeed. It's too little too late. I think he is fighting. It's the last kick of a dying horse, and I think it is going to be very difficult to change the situation right now. It's too late. Americans have spoken perhaps louder yesterday with the Democrats winning Georgia, and therefore now in charge of both houses and the presidency. It's over. It's over, but yeah, it is very difficult to accept a one-term president. Some of us predicted that he was going to be a one-term president because he got into the highest office in the land when many Americans were disgruntled, particularly the African Americans who didn't go to the polls in numbers when he was elected, because they were disappointed by President Barack Obama's failure to really turn things around, particularly for the African Americans, which is not easy because of the establishment in the United States of America for years. And now it was based on that, anything but the Democrats then, and now it's anything but the Republicans, and therefore it's too little, too late.
Yeah, I know you're certainly always looking at what's happening internationally, and the fact is that the incoming President Joe Biden will he seemed to have to be someone who's going to come in and have to do a lot of sort of damage control, especially when it comes to some of the relations internationally. What do you suppose will sort of be high on his agenda as he sort of comes in?
I think at international level or international relations, he has got a huge task to undo the damage at the international arena and also at the multilateral level in all institutions, because Donald Trump was too inward-looking. He didn't take any multilateral institutions seriously, and pulling out of some of the important agreements like the climate change agreement, but also pulling out of the WHO when he was not happy, instead of engaging the institution or this UN agency. And therefore, I expect the incoming president to work hard to undo that damage, but secondly, to immediately return the United States of America to the climate change agreement, and then secondly, to rejoin the World Health Organization at a time where America is experiencing serious 19 and in a sense that normally you expect American president to mobilize and support the world in whatever has to be done to address the challenge of the time. and America was missing in action, and countries such as South Africa had to almost when President Ramaphosa being the co-chair of COVID, taking a very powerful position, because this is something that is expected to help the entire world, particularly the poorer nations. America was not there, and this is the country we often refer to it as the leader of the Western world and the developed nations, but they were not there.
Yeah. Sophie, there is this bid which some might call futile by the radicalized pro-Trump Republicans to kind of block the process in terms of moving forward from Donald Trump. It doesn't seem that this grouping or these radicalized Trump supporters intend on slowing down or giving up. I mean, what will this mean going forward as the Democrats attempt to try to sort of lead the U.S. as they don't seem to be a group of people who want to or will indeed back down?
All over the world, the right-wing groups are very adamant and very stubborn. I can't expect them to suddenly go away and go to sleep. No, they will continue, and I think Donald Trump either building on the next election, availing himself to challenge the elections again, or putting forward either his son or daughter. You can see it is going that way. One of the family members is going to avail himself for next elections. And you can see they are already building that base. But what they have done, they have killed the Republicans, the party. They have hollowed the institution in that country. Some of them, others are still standing. But they have done a lot of damage. It was a man who had no clue in terms of politics, just a businessman, and therefore never thought of the political implications, both national and internationally. So that's what he's doing. He's very stubborn. This is Donald Trump. This is an apprenticed man. This is a man who enjoys the cameras, who likes to give sound bites, and therefore he's not going to go away quietly. And we expect that on the inauguration day of President-elect Joe Biden, he is going to come up with his shenanigans again. We don't know what is he up to. You'd recall before elections, he indicated that if he doesn't win, he's going to leave America, going on in exile, avoiding arrest because he's done so much, or just going away, relaxing, or it was just an indirect speech to say, I'll come back and mess up everybody. We don't know what is he up to. But today we see the Congress is supposed to give a nod to the voters' voice in terms of the president-elect, and it's done. It's done. It's just a matter of days.
All right, Sophie Mokoena, many thanks as always. Our foreign desk editor, Sophie Mokoena, they're giving us the update coming from the U.S. today. And as I did mention, we'll certainly be catching up with our correspondent in New York, and Bryce Peace will give us a closer zoom in as to what's happening there in the U.S.